Once again, welcome everyone. We will continue with our topic migration. This is our part 2. Okay, in the last class, we have already dealt with the definition, types, and the reason. Okay, so here we will further continue with the remaining topics. So in the last class we did up to the refugee or the forced migrants. So here we will discuss the mass movement, or before that you all can see the pictures of the refugee who all are traveling through the waterways. Okay, so now we will discuss regarding the mass forced migration. What is mass forced migration? There have been many a times in the history that mass forced migration have been taken place. Okay, mass forced migration means the large movement of the large number of the people uh, due to some social, political, and the religious cause. Okay, we have a number of the instances to understand this mass forced migrations. This is an example: the migration of the Jewish people from various parts of the Europe, especially during and after the Second World War. During the time of the Second World War, the Jews in the Germany were being very rudely treated. The millions of the Jews were killed under the Nazi, that is Hitler. You all have heard about the term Holocaust genocide, which refer as the mass killing of the people. Okay, so the number of the Jewish people have died, so that compelled the Jewish people to move out from that places to the various parts of the world, especially in the Europe. Okay, then migration between India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. Before independence, our India was a one unified country comprising Pakistan and the Bangladesh. But in the year 1946, what happened? Pakistan got separated from India. So when Pakistan got separated from India, that time large number of the Muslim population moved to Pakistan, and large number of the Muslim Hindu population have migrated to India. So that is a mass forced migration, means mass movement of the people. Then in the case of Bangladesh, when the Bangladesh got liberated from the Pakistan in the year 1971, number of large number of the people migrated to Bangladesh. Okay, and large number of the people from Bangladesh to Pakistan. Okay, vice versa. So this is the instances of the mass forced migration. Okay, then migration out of Afghanistan under the Taliban regime is another instances or another example of the mass forced migration, because the administrative system of the Taliban were very much unfavorable for the people, so that compelled the people to move out from their place, and they settled to Pakistan, Iran, and some other parts of the world. Okay, this is our mass forced migration. Okay, is that clear? Now we will see the impact of the migration. I said earlier only the impact can be both advantageous and the disadvantageous. What are the consequences of the migration? Okay, see, migration has a social, economic, cultural, this is and even political impact, both on the parent and the host country. We have been discussing the term host country and parent country since long. You can see the meaning of the host country and parent country: the country to which one migrates, that means they are generating immigrants. Okay, so parent country, the country of origin from which one has migrated, that means they are producing immigrants. Okay, so the migration has the impact on social, economic, cultural, and the political scenario of both the host country and the parent country. Okay, first we will discuss the impact of the emigration. EMMI, emigration means emigration means you all have noticed that people usually migrate from developing countries to developed country. Why? Because developed countries are pulling, or they are drawing the attention of the people from developing countries. Okay, so for that immigrants for the immigrants, uh, both the parent country and both the for the parent country, there will be a advantages and the disadvantages. Okay, impact of the immigrants for the parent country. Why? Parent country generating immigrants, so there will be a both advantages and the disadvantages impact for the parent country. Okay, let us see the advantages first. There is a less pressure on the resource such as food, water, electricity and housing in the parent country. Obviously, if people are moving to other country, then what will happen? There is a less pressure on the infrastructure facility. They can easily cope up with the available resources and the population. Then availability of the employment increase as the job market become less competitive in the parent country. If the skilled worker, if the professional skill holders, the knowledgeable people are moving to foreign countries, then obviously what happened, the competition will decrease. Okay, then that will increase more employment opportunity in the country. And another important topic, this is very important, money sent by the migrants known as the remittance. Okay, you all have heard, no, you all have most heard that Bangladesh, Nepal, these countries are mostly run by the remittance economy. That means economy generated by their immigrants, economy generated by their immigrants. Okay, when they work in the foreign country and they send back money to the parent country, that money can be considered as your remittance money. Okay, and the that helps actually, that will help to boost the economy of the parent country. Okay, so this is the advantage of the, what we are discussing, advantage of the emigrants. Okay, now we will see the disadvantage of the immigrants. Loss of educated and the skilled workers, very obvious. If educated people like doctor, engineer, scientists, they are moving out of the country, then we will lose our human resources. You all have heard also, NASA in the USA comprises of more than uh, you know 30% of the scientists are of Indian origin. That means you all can imagine, how precious human resources we are losing from our country. The next one, you see, large scale immigration of the working, large scale immigration of the, give it, large scale immigration of the working population, working age population, increase the proportion of the dependent in the present country. Dependent means the age group, means dependent population means the population which cannot earn or which cannot contribute to the economy of the country. Okay, 0 to 15 years, above 65 years, they can contribute to the economy because they are dependent. This group of the, this age group people are considered as a dependent population, and mostly from your 25 to 40 years, they are moving to the foreign countries. Okay, they are working population who can generate economy, who can contribute to the economy of the country. They are moving to foreign countries, and this age group 0 to 15 and above 65 are remaining in the country, so they cannot contribute in the economy of a country, so they are considered as a dependent population. So ultimately what will happen, if working age population are moving to the other countries, that will increase the dependent population, which will affect the economy of the country. Okay, then you see social problems like the family disintegration. You see, always economy is not always a major factor, social factor is also very important. Okay, this will create a very very dangerous issues like the family disintegration, because the mother will work somewhere, the father will work somewhere, and later on the children will go to another country. Then people will gradually gradually uh, they forget that social togetherness. There then they that impact on the society also. Okay, this impact on the society, especially in our Indian society. Okay, so the family disintegration is another important social problems. Okay, so these all are the disadvantages of the immigrants. Okay, now we will see impact of the immigrants. Immigrants. Now see impact. Countries receive more immigrants than the developed country. Means a developed country receive more immigrants than the developing countries. Okay, immigration has several benefits, but when the number of the immigrants is high, it can cause a problem. you know People obviously move to developed country from developing countries. Okay, people are moving from developing countries to developed country. You all can see this table here. See, the major countries of the origin, this means they are immigrants. India, Mexico, China, South Asian countries, some African countries, they are generating immigrants. And the major destination, the host country or the receiving countries are the European countries like USA, Germany, UK, France, Canada, Spain. These all are the host country. So there is a tendency of uh, you know moving from developing countries to developed country. Okay, so what are the advantages and the disadvantages of the immigrants? Immigrants. Now see advantages. The knowledge and the skills of highly skilled immigrants contributes to the progress of the local economy. Obviously, they can utilize the human resource, human knowledge, to make the utility of other available resources. Yes, human are considered as a very big resource, because with the intelligence, with the application of the human knowledge, with the application of the human intelligence, we can make other resources useful. Okay, so that will obviously help to contribute in the progress of the local economy. Okay, we are talking about the host country. Okay, then on skill, immigrants are often willing to work for a lower pay than the local workforce. Suppose so many Indians, the Nepalis people are moving to Dubai, and why they are inviting? Because they can make them work in a low wage. Okay, in a low amount of the salary. So what will happen? That that will obviously develop their country economy, because they are making the people work in a very low amount. Okay, that will save their capital also. At the time, that at the same time they can make their work fruitful also. Okay, then now the advantages, you see, this is disadvantages of the immigrants. Okay, wait a second. Disadvantages of the immigrants. When the entire family immigrate, the pressure on the infrastructure of the host country increase. This cause a fall in the standard of living and an increase in the cost of living. Obviously, if the population are increasing and the resources are limited, what will happen? it will be very difficult for them to cope up with the demand of the population, because population are increasing, at the same times resources are limited. So that will lead to the fall in the standard of the living, and that will also increase the cost of living. Okay, there will be a increase in the rate of everything. Then money flows out of economy of the host country, as many immigrants send their earning to the parent country. Okay, obviously, if you're working in the Dubai, USA, any other European countries, the migrants will send money to their parent country. So uh, the host country will, you know lost their some amount of economy, means money, their money flows out of the economy to the host country. Okay, that will increase the remittance economy of some other country. Okay, then another important social disadvantages is that difference in culture often give rise to the conflict. Permanent immigrants may find it difficult to blend in. Okay, see, if you are moving to other countries, uh, who are, culturally, um, you're religiously, they are different, okay, from the people who are migrated there. Okay, so that will create some kind of hostility. Okay, that will create some kind of the social insecurity. Okay, that sometimes can give rise to the conflict. Okay, conflict means uh, kind of feeling of hatred, or kind of, um, hostility. Okay, so that is another important social uh, issues, or another important social disadvantages of the what we are talking about, immigrants. Okay, so these all are the advantages and the disadvantages of the immigrants. So far what we have discussed, we have started with the mass force migration, then we did the impact of the migration. Okay, both positive and the negative. Impact for the emigrants, impact for the immigrants. Okay, advantages and the disadvantages for the immigrants, advantages and the disadvantages for the immigrants. Okay, hope you all have understand. We will be, if you have any doubts regarding the topic, if you want to discuss, then we can be connect uh, through Zoom app. Okay, there we will be having our doubt clearing classes. So for today, this much. Only last part has been left now, that is Brendan. I'll make a separate video for that. So for today, this much. Hope you all have understand. Okay, uh, so please go through the um, slides. You can note down the definition. If you feel to take any of any, if you want to discuss, then I said we will be connecting via Zoom app. Okay, I will be providing with the homeworks and the home assignments in the Zoom app only. Okay, thank you so much. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye bye.